Well, hi boys and girls, welcome back to the allotments. It's 2016. Hope you all had a absolutely brilliant Christmas. On the allotments at the moment, it's absolutely chucking it down as usual. I don't think we've had really any decent weather for the last couple of weeks. Got a few things that are on the go this year. One of the things I'm looking at doing, as you'll probably be aware of, is that I'm going to be doing some Jerusalem artichokes. Also, I've got on order at the moment some yacons. I actually heard about those from one of the other guys on the YouTube, survival something. I can't remember the actual site at the moment. I'll put a link down below. So that's another thing I'm going to be doing. I actually took delivery of a heated propagator, so I've got some stuff that I'm going to try and do in that. What else did I get from Father Christmas? Got a load of seeds. Some of the seeds I've not tried before, so it's going to be interesting to have a look at them. So yeah, as I say, it's going to be a pretty good year, I hope. Just something feels good at the moment, that is. That might change, obviously. The allotment itself, what plans? Well, as you know from last year, I took on the second plot, gave up my other plot and moved over. So this is the first time on the allotment since the last video. I've got some weeds coming up, so it shows you how mild it's been. I know a lot of people are talking about climate change and stuff like that. I personally have my own view on it, and I think it's more to do with what's being sprayed in the sky. Call me a nutter if you want, I don't care. Let me think. What I'm going to do today, or what I'm going to try and do today, I don't want to be down here too long, because as I say, it is absolutely chucking it down. It's that bad that I'm actually wearing an old wet cover, which is absolutely full of, well, it was full of spiders, just to try and keep dry. But I'm looking at basically just a little tidy up, a little bit of weeding. I might actually take the sides off one of those beds, which I mentioned last year. But obviously it depends on whether my arm actually holds up. I do have a problem with my shoulder. It's been an ongoing problem, but because it's my left shoulder and I'm right-handed, I'm hoping that I'll be able to do these sides without too much problem. Anyway, so few things for this year. One, as you know, I'm going to be doing a fruit cage. I've actually got the hoops up for that, and I've used canes to actually strengthen that at the moment. Now I might actually change that and put some stronger braces on it, but for now the canes will have to do. I've already got the cover, which some behind me here, which is your debris netting, and I've also got some white netting. Now I'm going to use the white netting for the sides because, and I'm going to use them low. Reason being is because I had it on one of the beds last year, and when I came back on the allotment there was 2 magpies that had been caught up on it, in it, and had unfortunately died. So I don't want to use that in any areas where it's going to have any effect on visiting birds. Obviously I want to keep the birds out, but I don't obviously want to kill the birds. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a quick run round at the moment, let you see what I'm going to be doing. Okay? Come follow me. Okay, right guys, as you know, we're actually in the polytunnel at the moment. There's nothing in here at the moment, as you can see. One of the things I do need to do in this tunnel this year is I need to change the soil in these 2 beds. Now I was at the bin yards yesterday taking some stuff down there, and I asked about their compost manufacturing and stuff like that. I've always been a little bit dubious about getting the stuff from the council tips and the compost sort of stuff, because obviously I know what I put in mind. But what they've done is they've actually reassured me that the way they do it is it's heated up so much that even the stubbornest of weeds, apart from one or two that they actually forbid anybody to put in to the waste bin, that actually kills anyway all of the weed seeds and or other seeds that you probably have in there. And it's actually pretty reasonably priced. 60 litre bag works out at £4 a bag. However, if you get 3 of those bags, you get them at £9.35, I think it is. So when you consider that, you go to one of the big supermarkets or to one of the big DIY stores, you're paying for a 60 litre bag the best part of £9. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a load of those over the next couple of weeks, and I'm going to start getting them into the beds. So that's what I'm going to be doing in here. I'm going to be changing the soil. Hopefully what I'm going to do again this year is on my left hand side, which is the right hand side from the camera, I'm looking at doing chilies again. On this side I'm actually thinking about a smaller cucumber, possibly like a lunch box size cucumber. We had a really good crop of cucumbers last year, but I wasn't happy with the flavour of them whatsoever, and they were far too big. So I want something which has got a smaller cucumber. So any ideas on that, can you pass them over, put a comment down below, because I do want to do some cucumbers again this year. What I'm also going to try again, maybe in here, if not in here then it will be definitely outside, is some more tomatoes. I've never had any luck with tomatoes. It does my head in when I do these tomatoes and they don't go right, but I'm going to try it one more time. So that's another thing I'm going to do. Apart from that, I've not actually thought about anything else to do in here. Now I may do some radish and I may do some lettuce. I'm not a big lettuce and I'm not a big radish fan. However, I've noticed over the last 12 to 24 months that my weight has actually been going up and up, and I think that's one of the problems why I've had a couple of issues with joints and things like that, because of the added weight that I'm carrying. So I'm actually looking at getting more into the salad side type of sides of things, rather than eating all this rubbish all the time. So that's it for the polytunnel at the moment. We'll come back to this when I've started doing some work on it. Okay? Oh. Right, okay guys, what we've got here is the apple tree, the Braeburn apple. We didn't get anything on this last year. I cut it far too far back. I've actually learned now from listening to the podcasts on the radio over the Christmas how best to do these. So what I'm going to do with this for this year is I'm just going to leave it and let it do its thing, and then it'll give me an idea of what I need to cut back on this. So that's my apple tree. Let's see what we've got over here. It's quite a lot of water on the camera because it is wet. Right, over in this spot here, I was actually going to get rid of the rhubarb, but I put that piece there just until I decided what I was doing with it, and it actually seems to be doing really well there, so I might actually leave that there. So I've actually got one rhubarb plant. I did actually move the other ones, which are actually out there on the other plot. I've given that to the other guys on the other side. And as you can see, we've got growth coming up in them as well, so it is pretty mild. This area here, which has really been a dead space for quite a long while, is going to be used for things like the Jerusalem artichokes, the yacons and stuff like that. So I'm going to get a load of compost in here. I'm going to give it a dig over in a few weeks time. This area here is going to be for asparagus. Just this bed here is going to be used for asparagus plants, but I may actually use this year for the broad beans and peas. Same with that part down there. I've just seen a robin coming out of there. Same with this part down here. I'll probably put a lot more compost in there, build that up and use that for the broad beans and things like that again this year. Okay, bed over here. Right, this bed here, as you can see, it's starting to get the weeds through. Take a bit closer, give you more of an idea of what's going on there. I know there's quite a lot of water on the camera. I hope it doesn't come through on the final film, but there's quite a lot of weeds in there, which I'm going to start weeding out now. Okay, got the Right, so I've got some bulbs here as well. Been finding a lot of these. They're going to go over in where the strawberries are, these things. So I'll get them over there, just leave them there for now. Yeah, so the actual paths are really boggy at the moment. I'll just get some more carpet to obviously sort of paths out a bit more, but this soil is absolutely brilliant here. Obviously got all the grass and weed seeds coming up in here at the moment, but that was to be expected. I knew that this would probably happen. It's going to be just a case of keeping this going like this. Got bloodfish and bone, which I'm going to spread on this. In fact, I might actually leave this without any fertiliser on it, because I'm thinking that I might actually do this year. I might actually do my cabbages and stuff in this bed anyway. I think I've already mentioned it before. Yeah, as I did this in about the end of November, beginning of December, so it was one of those, just get it done as much as possible and come back to it when things start to come back up again, so that I knew which was the stuff that was giving me a problem or which was going to be okay. Anyway, I'll be back to you when this is done. Okay guys, so one of the things I've been meaning to do, I'm hoping that it goes how I want it to, is take the sides off this bed here so that I can actually use it for this bed down here. So bear with me and we'll see what we can do. That's the first one out. I just got drenched. Oh, that's the first one out of the way. one out, 5 to go. Ah, dear. Okay, first one. So, as you can see, this is not as easy as it looks, but it's the second one out. Right, boys and girls, as you can probably see, all 6 sides are off. My shoulder's still okay at this present moment. I don't know what it's going to be like later on, but at this moment it's doing okay. So the idea is to have one of the ends size that I've got. Hang on, train. So one of the sides that I've got is going to be for the end and the other end, so that's going to be 2 for each end, and then the other 4 that I've got will make up the sides, so it'll be the same size as the first raised bed. So that's the idea. Right. So that would make up one end. note to oneself, don't drop the slab on your foot. Oh. Whoa. Second note, don't drop the side panel. Nice. Hammer on that. Yeah, it would have been easier with a bigger lump hammer or something, but these must and all that. Okay. Next. say, this is just to give me a brief outline at the moment. Okay. Right, so at the moment got the sides on, they're not fully supported, they're just to hold it in place at the moment. I put this stuff in there. Obviously I need to weed out in that bed anyway now, and then what I'll be doing is the bed that I've took the sides off, I'll also be throwing the soil off the top that's left over into this bed as well, so that'll fill this bed up. Look at the size of that. Look at it. Oh. Well, that'll do for now. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cover this bed back over. I've also got my breath back. I'll come back down cover it and I'll start to weed this bed out. But for now, just keep it covered, that'll stop the weeds. Oh dear. Okay guys and lasses, the wind's starting to get up and it's blown my camera over a couple of times, so unfortunately I've had to take it off the tripod before it gets damaged beyond repair. Basically I've had a bit of a change of thought on the bottom bed. As you know, I've got one bed that I'm going to be using for asparagus. Sorry about any wind noise. I've got this bed here which is going to be getting used for the asparagus. If that is, I don't put it over with the yacons and the Jerusalem artichokes. And I was toying with a couple of ideas for this spot, and I was actually going to put the water bins down the end of this path here, right along the edge of the path. But I thought, well, when I tried to put them on, the actual path has got quite a slant on it, and it would have been a bit of a pain to actually dig it out. So what I decided to do was move that bin that was actually inside of the greenhouse there and put it into this part of this raised bed here. Because what I can do is I can actually put some soil in here anyway and get some plants going in around this area. So basically what I've done is I've put 3 bins here, and I've got one pipe coming off the greenhouse there coming into this bin. That'll then run off into this bin, because I'll do a hole in that one into this one. I've got a hole in the side of that one, so what I'll do, in fact I might move that one to there and move that one to there because that's bigger. Put a hole in that one and run it into that one. So I'll get 3 bins running off that. I've also got that bin there as well. So I've got plenty of bins with water in. So that's, yes, that's what I'm going to do with this area. If I get another water butt, then I'll put another water butt in as well. As you can see, this is totally waterlogged along here. This is one of the paths. This is actually where the fruit cage is. I'm actually inside the fruit cage without the cover obviously at the moment. So I've got to clear this area up. Got creeping buttercups that I need to get out of here. I've also got some flowers coming up, which I don't mind because, as I say, this is going to be used for the fruit anyway. So I'll get rid of the creeping buttercups though, but there's also some strawberries in here as well. So I've just got to be careful with what I'm doing. It's not a major problem if for any reason I don't manage to save the strawberries. I've got the other stuff over by the pond. Saving this bed, I'm going to be putting strawberries and things like that in that bed, so there's not a major issue there in this area here. So yeah, I'm going to sign off for today. I've done what I wanted, and hope you've all enjoyed the video, and don't forget, leave comments down below. I do like the comments, you know. I get lonely if I don't get any comments. Come on. See you again soon. Bye.